Peace and love. Happy new moon. Happy solar eclipse. It's also Friday the 13th. Such a significant day, if you ask me. Um, and change is in the air for a lot of people. Many that I know are experiencing some levels of shift, some levels of rebirth, some levels of purging, um, things coming to a close, and making room for more. And on this new moon, as I take time to reflect and um, as I clearly see a few things that has some chapters coming to a close, I started to think how uh, one of the things that somewhat sabotage us being able to um, flow with changes, and that is the serious seriously difficult emotions that we may experience as we shift, as things change. Um, you talking about anxiety, depression, those type of things. The wave of emotions that happen. Let me know if y'all can hear me all right. Let me know if I'm good. I'll keep talking until I until I get somebody to let me know. But the wave of emotions can be intense when you are going through a shift, especially those major shifts in life. Maybe there's a major shift. Thank you, Stephanie. There's a major shift in a relationship. Thank you, Kim. There's a major there's a major shift in maybe your finances or even your living quarters. Thank you. Maybe it's a major shift in interesting. I just had a thought, like, sometimes there's a major shift in how somebody treats you. You know, there's a major shift in how you see somebody. That could really happen. And what happens is, in those major shifts, you are going to go through a wave of emotions. You may feel angry at the person or even at God. You may feel sad, you know, especially those who are experiencing shifts in relationships. There may be levels of sadness, because sadness implies that, you feel you're experiencing some level of loss. And so you might feel angry because it may be in alignment for a violation to happen, so a shift can happen. And so now you're angry because you feel violated, but just keep in mind that everything is in divine order. So that thing had to happen. And it's so rough in life when these tough and rough things have to happen for us to experience that shift. But who bear witness? Sometimes you hold on, baby. You would hold on until that. If that would have never happened, child, you'd have been holding on with your pinky nail. You'd have been holding on tight, just bruised and battered, drug along, and you holding on tight for that little piece of whatever that is that you enjoy out of that experience, with that relationship, at that job, with that thing, whatever it is that needs that shift. But listen, in order for you to experience a breakthrough, you got to clean some stuff out of your life. You really do. And oftentimes those things that gotta go, we don't want to let go because they're part of our comfort zones. Some of the relationships we don't want the relationship to shift because it's a part of our comfort zone. It could be seriously toxic, the relationship. But when you get the courage and the umph enough to leave it, then there you go, going back and forth because it's your comfort zone. But I'm sure that many here bear witness that you can keep on going back and forth, but if it's not meant to be, that thing is not going to be. You gonna keep that lesson, gonna keep coming full circle for you. It's gonna keep happening. You're gonna be screaming, and you're just gonna be wanting so much change, and there may be a change of behavior. You may get a glimpse of light, but then hear the darkness coming. When it come darker and darker and darker. That's how it goes. So I'm really just wanting to relate a message on this new moon, solar eclipse, Friday the 13th in Libra, where As I was talking to my moon meditation group, I was saying that the theme of this new moon is allow for roots to be cleared out and new roots to be set for your new beginnings, for the newness of life. And in order for those roots to really grow strong, we got to clear out them old roots, get the soil prepared, the mind, the heart, the soul. This is what I'm calling the soil. Get it prepared so that these new seeds that's being planted have ground to break into and create some strong roots that are going to manifest into new habits, new mindsets, new appetites, you know. And we want that, but you can't do that unless you allow for them other roots. Some of them roots been set since childhood. Some of them roots been set since in relationships that have sustained for 10, 15, 20 years. Whether that's romantic relationships, family relationships, business relationships, whatever it may be. These have roots, and so you got to let them be cleared out. And you don't have to do a whole lot. You don't have to sit down and try to figure it all out and dig through your past and dig through your shadows and all of this type of stuff. No, it'll be revealed to you. You just got to listen and be obedient. And when it's revealed to you, don't let that ego mind convince you that that's not what you're seeing. Oh, it's been shown to you. Everything in your life. You want to know? You want me to give you an easy way to figure out? Oh, no sound? We don't have no sound? My sound done went out? I'll pause for the calls. We good? Or no? Let me know. I'll pause. 5 miles to go. Okay, cool. So every if you want to know an easy way to gauge, okay, thank you, Kim. An easy way to gauge what's been shown to you that need to be cleared out. Notice those things in your life that continuously trigger certain emotions like sadness, anxiety, fear, guilt, shame. Just pay attention to that. Pay attention to those things, those thoughts, those ideas, those situations that put that burning sensation in your chest and through your body and your arms. Trigger that chemical imbalance in you that sparks and manifests into emotions like panic and anxiety and fear and shame and sadness and desperation. Just pay attention. And so it's not to say that these things are to be totally removed from your life. You'll know that too. But what it's definitely saying is there's got to be a change. There has to be a change. It can't remain the same. Feelings are messengers. Let them be the messenger. Listen to the messenger. The messenger is trying to tell you. And so that is the thing that really kind of sabotage us being able to allow shifts in our lives and allow these changes that need to happen is the serious emotions that come with it. So before I go, I want to talk about, how to handle your emotions during that time. We all experience this. I've experienced it where, some shifts has happened in my life and I don't really love it. I wish it could be different. And, it's like the sadness hits you in your chest. The sadness is in your gut. The anger is just all in your head. It's in your mind. You can't hardly sleep. You don't know really what to do with yourself. You're trying your best to manage your emotions as much as possible. And there are ways that you can help yourself, because you can't, if you keep avoiding it, you're going to just keep running. And a change is not going to happen. So don't keep avoiding it. Let the change happen. So some of the things that I do is, for sure, I go to sleep on time. I govern my rest, because your body and your mind needs that level of relaxation to process the emotions that you're going through when you're going through these type of shifts. And so be disciplined with your sleep. Get your rest. Get off the phone. Turn your do not disturb on and get your rest. Okay? Because it's even worse on you when you're not getting your rest during these tough times, these times of transition, where you're experiencing these serious levels of emotional waves. The other thing is, oftentimes those emotions, they impact the heart chakra, and so you'll feel that intense feeling in your chest. It'll feel like a weight on your chest. It'll feel like, you just keep getting this kind of fire that keeps riling up in your chest. You want to breathe. Take deep breaths. Just take, every time you feel it, just okay, and just relax. Try your best to relax the body, relax the mind. Keep taking those breaths till that feeling goes away out of your chest. Okay, breathe through it. So what we often do is we don't breathe through it, and so now it settles in our heart, and then it starts trickling to our mind. There's a nerve center at the back of our heart, that when our heart is heavy, it triggers something to the mind. And if your mind is filled with sadness, saddening thoughts, thoughts of anger, resentment, guilt, shame, or anything, things like that, when your heart is feeling that level of sadness or heaviness, it's going to trigger the brain. It's going to trigger those thoughts. So when you lighten your heart, you can also modify the messages that's going to your brain. So now you're calmed down. So it's like, okay, everything is all right. Everything is okay. Everything is going to be okay in this moment. Everything is all right. I'm breathing. I'm here. This is a moment. That kind of thing. So make sure you breathe. And then the other one, I'm careful with saying this because sometimes many people have a view of journaling that it's not the type of journaling that I usually am talking about when I say journal. But the journaling that I'm about to suggest is the type of journaling where you realize what this situation you're going through is teaching you, have shown you, and then you write phrases or words or statements of affirmation or gratitude or some kind of life-giving positive message. You're writing that. Okay, so this is a way that you can, what we call, renunciate. And so renunciating is when you're allowing yourself to deny the negative thinking, the negative feelings, and you're replacing those with positive thoughts, positive feelings. So in a situation where maybe a relationship is shifting, or maybe your money, your finances is shifting, you'll say, you will journal. And first, when I start journaling, I start out with gratitude. I give thanks for life, health, and strength. No matter what I'm going through right now, I give thanks that I have a day. Every day is a new day. And I do believe that every day is another opportunity for God to show me something. And I trust that God gonna really show me something through this situation. And then I'll continue to write. I realized through this situation that I align with financial freedom. I realized through this situation that my dependency cannot be on money or things. My dependency must be on the Almighty. I realized through this situation that I must continue to affirm that the Almighty is my supply. Okay, so you're writing stuff like that. And then you may write words of affirmation. This situation is working out perfectly. This situation is covered by grace and the mercy of the Creator that created the worlds. I trust that the Creator can do all things. I trust that the Creator is the especially a miraculous Creator that can create from nothing and can create things that I can't even imagine. Those are the type of things you want to journal. And these are the things you do during those times of change where it's rough, it's emotionally rough. I get it. It's emotionally rough when you're coming out of a comfort zone. It's like the baby who's getting taken off the mama's breast. Like, it's rough for them. They go through a whole emotional roller coaster. They got to detach from those chemical bonds that they have with their mama, the emotional bonds they got with their mama, the soothing of the breast when they're feeding. The mama it's the same feeling that you have. But if the mama don't wean them off, the mama may have a difficult time, and they may want to do it at 2 and end up doing it 3 or 4, believe it or not. Sometimes 5, sometimes 6, believe it or not. So I get it, but those are some techniques that I use faithfully to help me to move through those shifts. Because one thing I've learned over life is when you resist change, when you resist shifts in your life, man, it's gonna come back. It's gonna keep coming round, and it's gonna keep getting worse and worse and worse and worse. And I would say it's gonna keep going. I'm gonna change that language. It's gonna keep the message from the Almighty that it's time for a change. It's gonna get louder and louder and louder and louder, till it's gonna come to a point where you cannot ignore it. You cannot ignore it. Dang, I thought this was another lane. I just set myself up. It's going to get louder and louder and louder and louder. And, you can keep trying to ignore it, and it could wreak havoc on your body. It definitely can wreak havoc on your mind, in your emotions. It just can start wreaking havoc, So I say, let the shift happen. Let the change happen. Let the relationship dissolve. Let the relationship shift. Allow the money to be in it wherever you at. When it comes to the finances, be in it. Stay positive. Let it go. If it's something that you still trying to hold on to, but it's creating financial chaos in your life, let it go. Let it go. If it's causing major stress in your life, but it's bringing you money, okay, what's the trade-off? Let it go. Let it go. If that friend is you're realizing that friendship is creating more trouble than good, okay, let it go. These are messages, and don't take it personally. I'm gonna end with that. Don't take it personally, because it can feel personal. It can feel personal, but it had to happen so a change can happen. Okay? Don't take it personally. Meaning, don't blame other people and don't blame yourself. Let it go. I should have did this, and I've been new, and okay, it is what it is. Now, and you're making moves now. I can't believe they did that. Okay, but they did. And if you really love them, just send some prayers out their way, and also send some prayers out for your heart to be light, and that this situation will resolve and there'll be a reconciliation. If you genuinely love somebody, you're going to want a reconciliation, and you're not going to want to govern how that reconciliation happened or be all up in your ego as it's calibrating. And so be easy about it. Don't take it personally. Don't take it personally. It's not personal. It's spiritual. These shifts are spiritual. So let it be. Alright? I pray this was resonant to you. Happy new moon. Happy solar eclipse. Happy Friday the 13th. A very feminine and motherly type of energy. Nurturing type of energy. So I pray that we feel nurtured in our lives by the Almighty. I pray that we feel the privilege that it is to be divine beings, and know that there's a support system that's here for us, that is unseen, and it's within you and all around you. It's unseen, but it can be felt if you slow down. It's unseen, but it can be heard if you just slow down and pay attention. And I say it's unseen, but it can even be seen if you would just slow down so your eyes can see and your ears can hear. So we give thanks for all of the cycles and seasons in our lives. May this new moon in Libra during this solar eclipse making this energy even that much more intense, with this Friday the 13th energy making this energy even that much more fertile. May it be good to you. May it assist you in the shifts that's happening in your life, in the changes that happen in your life. May you continue to keep your heart light and just trust that all is well. Everything is working in your favor. There is nothing that's happening to you that's not for your good. May you remember that. May you believe that. May you trust that. And may you continue to be well. May you continue to grow grow in clarity, grow in wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, grow in love, grow in healing, grow in wellness. Ashe. Grow in light. Uh, and may you accept your divine assignment, and that is to be here and be light and shine your light and walk as the divine being you are in your divine plan and purpose. All right. Listen, join me for my meditation tomorrow if you feel like catching a vibe. I'm having a new moon meditation online at 7:30 p.m. tomorrow, 7:30 p.m. Eastern time. Um, that link is in the bio for you to register if you want to join me. All right. Peace and love, y'all. Peace and love.